It's one of the biggest stories in collegiate esports, where a school is challenging the definition of the student athlete, competing for thousands in scholarship money by playing one of the world's most popular games.
League of Legends is a 5-on-5 team-based game. You play these different characters called champions.
There's 2 bases. One team has to destroy the other team's base. There's a lot of complicated that you have to do to figure out how to destroy the base.
University of California, Irvine is home to the defending League of Legends collegiate champions. The standard bearer among 354 teams canvassing North America. UCI is revolutionizing college esports. Its scope, resources, and research shifting the way we look at gaming and the gamers themselves. But can these players band together and overcome adversity to capture the crown once again?
I've always wanted to compete in something meaningful.
Not very many other people have this opportunity right now. I get to kick people's asses.
Instant cataclysm, there you go.
They expect to be competing and winning championships.
I want to have that feeling again.
There's no team we should lose to.
What do you want? Do you want broccoli? Do you want chicken? You want watermelon? Yeah? Let's go have some watermelon. You want some breakfast? I'll sit with you.
Mornings are the calm before the daily chaos that is Mark Deppy's life.
Morning, Jace.
A life that thrust him into the spotlight 3 years ago.
Is that yummy?
When Deppy launched the first scholarship varsity esports team at a public university.
What do you have planned today?
Normal day. Take him to school, a few meetings, and we have that really cool riot shoot. They're gonna come shoot our players, and I think they're using their images or shapes or something for some sort of cool promo video.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah. Watermelon good, Jace? Jace has been around a lot. He's come to all our big events.
All done?
So all our players have seen him grow up. He and the program were kind of conceived at the exact same time, within probably a few weeks of each other, so. All right, we ready, Jace? I definitely consider Jace kind of a measuring stick of the program.
Bye, Jace. Go have fun.
All right, let's go. For the first 5 years while working at UC Irvine, I was assistant director in student government and student media, and I did a study on the gaming industry. I was shocked to see how big competitive gaming had become. UCI was named the #1 school for gamers by College Magazine. We're gonna go to the arena, Jace. Here we go. And everyone just kept encouraging me to take it to the next level. So that's kind of how it all started.
Under Deppy's direction, UCI's built a state-of-the-art esports arena, servicing both the team and the school's avid gaming community. It's the crown jewel of a program that has reached extraordinary heights. UCI returns all but one starter from last year's championship squad. Like any team, these 5 players must work together, each in their designated area on the map.
My name's Evan Fu. My summoner name is Captain Nuke, and I play top lane. The top laner dishes out a lot of pressure on this side. You had to respond to the top laner's pressure, or else they're going to win the game.
My name is Jeffrey Du. My in-game name is Descriton, and I play mid lane. Mid lane, you're literally in the middle of the whole map, so you have the most influence. You have that freedom to move around and to coordinate with your teammates and make things happen on the map.
My name is Avi Behar. In-game name is I'm Avi, and I'm the jungler. Junglers tend to be more vocal. My role is to lead the team in what our plan is.
My name is Lubomir Spasov. My in-game name is Bloodwater, and I play support. Support is the backbone of the team. You cast a lot of shields and heals, and kind of like empowers your teammates to do more damage.
My name is Youngbin Chung. My in-game name is Youngbin. I play AD carry for UCI Esports. AD carry is a role where you do a lot of damage, but at the same time, you can die easily. So you want your supports to be around so that you can do damage safely.
Uncomfortably close. That's it, there you go. Hold it. Yes. Loose your arms. Nice. Do you smile? Yes, you do. And do it. Hell yeah.
As esports continues to capture the globe's attention, gamers themselves are becoming more click-worthy.
So we're basically taking 3D photos of them and we're putting them into our promo videos. And hit me with the pose. Yeah, there we go. Boom. All right.
The defending champs are getting used to the notoriety, though some are more comfortable in front of the camera than others.
I want to see you look sexy, young man. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's what I want to see, man.
UCI's competitive muscle isn't built solely on individual talent. Coaches scout each opponent, craft game and draft strategy, and make in-match adjustments.
Could you have ulted into that Alistar fight?
James Bates, aptly nicknamed Coachman, is at the helm.
Coachman is a 27-year-old UCI student who also happens to be our coach. We really like his ability to think analytically, to understand the game, to understand how to create a team composition. He brings a ton of intelligence and smarts with him to our coaching staff.
What esports means to me is that all of my players and myself are all going to remember this for the rest of our lives. Being on this team is probably one of the best experiences that all my players are going to ever have. It's one of the best experiences I'm likely to ever have.
Let's say you just warded for your lane and their jungler just cleared your ward. That means you don't have to worry about warding for another minute.
James Latman, a player on last year's title squad, is now an assistant coach.
Before the championships last year, he said he wanted to retire. Now he's really stepped in this really cool mentor role. He's more viewed as a friend and a peer.
When I was a player, I was a lot more stressed about the game. As a coach, there's less variables that are like affecting my mood. I'm a much more happy person.
So I want to kind of just talk about bigger picture stuff. I've heard team comms after losses, after wins, and y'all are making mistakes that y'all know you don't need to make.
There are many challenges in being part of UCI's esports program.
I think part of the reason I've been struggling a little bit lately is just because solo queue is giving me such a hard time.
All I need to do really is just focus on my own gameplay and shore up my weaknesses and make sure I'm consistent.
Gameplay, grades, and team chemistry all factor into who plays and who's on the outside looking in.
I wouldn't look at any of the other schools in the league and see them as threats. I think the biggest enemy is ourselves.
There's a lot of curiosity out there about where exactly esports fits in the sports space. One of the most intriguing things I found when I started looking into gaming is just how many parallels there are between traditional sports and esports. For example, you could have the best individual talent on the planet, but if you don't communicate and work together, you'll lose. In collegiate gaming, there's a minimum GPA you have to maintain. There is a ridiculous amount of film study to prepare and put strategy together for the opponent. And I think much to the surprise to folks outside the gaming bubble, nutrition, hydration, strength and conditioning, all of these are essential for peak performance in gaming.
All right, guys, workout for today. We're going to head upstairs to the track. We're going to run around for about 8 to 10 minutes. We're going to do a little circuit upstairs on the weight circuit, and then we'll do some stretching. Let's go onto the mats, let's do some mobility. Push up slowly, arch out your back. Lube looks good. Down for 10, and hold.
Literally a second.
1 second. People think since you're a gamer that you don't need to exercise because you're just sitting at a computer, not moving around, but that's a really bad stereotype. People don't really understand that exercise does some amazing things to the brain, specifically. And this ties into our esports population because they're more of cognitive athletes. Everybody pace yourself. We're not looking to break any records, just run, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. If you do some kind of form of cardiovascular exercise, that stimulates some changes in the brain that are just fantastic to the brain chemistry, the structure and the function of it. How are we all doing?
Like a champ.
Yeah? Okay, let's go and lift some weights then. Coach, you're onto the wall. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Waiting for pasta to finish.
Hurry the up, you guys.
And stop. Nice work, coach.
It might not seem like it at first, but being physically healthy helps a lot, even if all you do is sit in front of a computer and click buttons and press your keyboard.
As I reflect back on all of our time together, sometimes that conflict or those difficult dialogues don't tend to be discussed as much.
Equally as important as training the body is training the mind. UCI has bi-weekly meetings with team psychologist Milo Dodson to build confidence, manage stress and anxiety, and tackle the conflict head-on that's doomed the team in the past.
You are like a main barrier for yourselves moving forward. And so if you identify what other barriers are to work through, then you're going to put yourself in the best position to compete at the level that you can.
Right now, I think it's really important not to get complacent. Cool. I mean, we're undefeated so far, and I think it's important not to get cocky and to think about what's ahead of us, you know. We have the championship in LA.
Right.
That's really important. And then potentially we have an international tournament after that.
When we think about optimal performance, we're thinking about it like in this range right here, right? So a lot of what we're talking about with complacency would be over here. You're not feeling as engaged, you're not feeling as motivated. And I think where I've seen that be the most problematic for you all is in those couple months after the finals last year, leading up to our trip to China.
加州大学尔湾分校的 UCI 战队。
By winning North America last year, UCI earned a spot in the league's International Collegiate Championship. High expectations, poor results.
UCI caught up all 3 members. They are being shredded apart. Bloodwater, no!
The Anteaters failed to advance out of the initial group stage.
That was the bloodbath. UCI, what happened?
And the disappointment has lingered for the team's top player.
I need to win the national so that I can get to China, because I don't like the feeling of losing when I care a lot about it.
But again, moving forward, you all have the talent.
Youngbin made it very clear last year that after we lost in China that getting to China again would be his personal goal. We had some turmoil recently. Just by playing with him, it felt like I was pressured to play more aggressively than I would have wanted to, and that kind of made me play worse.
We've been having a lot of struggles, like as a team lately. Sometimes if games are going really difficult, like Youngmin, for example, will like shut down. It's just a little frustrating, I guess. And there's like a level of intimidation from everyone.
Youngmin and I have a really weird dynamic. In games, sometimes we have like these moments of like insane brilliance where we are on the same page exactly. And then sometimes we have like stark disagreements on like the way the game should be played.
I feel like a lot of people are scared to like call out Youngbin.
Sometimes I want to wring his neck, and then sometimes I just want to give him a hug.
I don't want to repeat the same thing that we did in China. The reason behind the underperformance of our team is because of mentality.
Mentality, okay.
Because that's my point of view of the team, is that like our mental is not at the right place. Like I don't tell them straight up that they're bad.
Okay.
Because I honestly don't think they're bad players. Okay. It's just they're not mentally prepared for every scrim or every matches. They're watching Netflix until like 2 a.m., not playing the game.
Okay.
And then I'm giving my best so I can shoot. I mean, they are doing their best,
okay,
according to them.
Okay.
But your hard work is not enough for me.
Like, to me, it sounds like frustration. Almost sounds like, to a certain extent, some resentment. You're recognizing that this is having an impact on you, and you're wanting to express that, but you're not really able to express that, or you don't express that. So that continues to build up.
How do you think things are going right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I am a little bit worried about the bot lane. I'm not going to lie. It's Youngbin. We've been having a lot of complaints from the other players about his conduct, and we would like to take him off the active roster for the time being and put in Parsa.
Lube has expressed some concerns. I've talked to Avi as well, so I'm definitely aware of the situation. I've also talked to Youngbin a little bit, and I'm aware he's got frustrations with Lube also underperforming. So if we're removing one element, why are we choosing Youngbin?
Well, we're choosing Youngbin because we have a substitute for Youngbin.
Okay.
That's just, Parsa can play in our C-Law matches, nobody else can, so we have another AD carry. Also, I think that Youngbin's playstyle is very aggressive, sometimes we'd say even reckless. And I think that while the team is in the mind space that they are, Parsa's a better choice just because we have a very good idea of what Parsa's going to do. He's a very safe player. And I think this experience could also end up being ultimately good for him because, like what I said, one of the things he needs to learn how to do is work, for example, his relationship with Lube. He has frustrations that Lube's underperforming. I don't want to frame it as punishing him necessarily, but he needs to learn how to communicate those productively instead of just lashing out.
Okay.
The Anteaters must survive a roster shakeup at AD carry heading into the season finale against Arizona State. Former starter Parsa Bagai steps in for Youngbin with the top seed in the Western Conference on the line and a first-round bye.
This match is just another step along the journey. We're obviously shooting for championships and then past that, international. This match today is just another indicator of how dominant we are and why we deserve to be the championship.
Let's get it, lads. Who's feeling good?
Welcome to the last match of the regular season of the Collegiate League of Legends Western Conference. UCI going up against ASU, who are coming forward with something to prove.
I got called in from Mark and Coach, and they told me that they are benching me because they said my teammates were not happy playing with me. They felt that I was judging them, that they're a bad player. So, yeah, I got mad. Instead of benching me, you guys should have set up a team meeting and then tried to resolve it. But they said that the decision is not going to be changed.
I think Rek'Sai's really good, unless I get behind early again. But I don't think it'll happen again.
No. And it was even good when you were behind early, so,
That's because I'm the best player in the world. Are we just leaving Jace open the whole time?
They're not going to pick it, so I think we can just leave it. They'll probably ban it for us. But if they do ban the Jace there, then we probably want to start banning out top laners. Let's do it, boys.
Each regular season match is best of 3. Before each game, teams draft their champions and can ban 5 of their opponent's champs.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
We have loaded into the Rift with UCI on the blue side, Captain Nuke in the top lane. I'm Avi bringing it in the jungle. Descraton holding down the mid lane with Frost Delicious and Bloodwater in the bot.
First blood.
They're all moving. I'm getting mid ward.
They want to immediately sneak a Baron, and they're going to go for the desperation play. They're going to get scouted out by Bloodwater. We're going to take another tower while you're trying to fight a Seer. It is a 5v4 as they are taking everything in the kitchen sink from ASU right now.
We can Baron.
Look, Rek'Sai.
Nice.
Blue team has slain Baron Nashor.
UCI take the Baron, take the ace. And that is going to be a triple kill and an ace for UCI's. The Nexus will be soon to fall as well as UCI takes the fight.
Victory!
Come on over. Alright, so first things first. Overall, we did a really good job with vision, I think, this game, relatively speaking. Parsa, when you told everybody, when you keeping everybody on point with the vision before you push, good job. Last thing, this is the other point where you need to have a greater regard for your life.
Wait, this isn't my fault. This is like just team fault.
Yeah,
like, this is team play.
This is team play.
Like, I just got ulted away from, and then I'm. How is that?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't catch all the whole situation.
And then I just saw we were ulting on Ori, so I went that way.
In general, this is team wide. The call here comes directly after Evan has told you that he can 1v9 this game. So we don't need to try to catch this Orianna because all of our waves are where we want them to be, and Evan needs to take a recall and is very, very, very strong. Other than that, great. That was it.
too far forward, does have the shield walking away, but there's a jungler in that direction. Beautiful interrupt of the ultimate flashing away, but Baco is right behind him, starting to bring it around. Avi is here, but you might get more than you can do. Right on to Baco, does a lot of damage, takes him down. Shockwaves means a second goes down as well, and that is a double kill for Captain Nuke.
Blue team double kill.
Avi with the insane burst damage being followed up by both Desperton and the death passive from Nuke ended up being so fantastic for UCI. ASU got caught with their pants down, I guess.
Careful.
Don't move. They see him.
And I'm Avi actually on and gets him. Cataclysm, there you go.
Avi from downtown picking that one up.
Both the Nexus towers are down, and it's going to the Nexus, and it looks like UCI is going to convincingly take the series in a 2-0 victory.
Blue team victory.
Good job. Took that guy out again.
Absolutely stunning show from UCI.
Hey guys, awesome job today. Obviously, we had some business to take care of, and you did it. This is the first time we'll be the #1 seed coming out of the West region, so that's pretty cool. New for our program. It means we get the most favorable matchup in round 2. Maybe a team we've already played, but definitely a team we'll be heavily favored against.
We had a lot of good steps today. The laning, overall, pretty solid. Vision control, especially in the mid game when we're rotating around, much better today. So,
good job, rest up. See you in Dota chess.
UCI may have a greater margin for error than most, but its biggest threat is and remains the same: team chemistry and the cloud of uncertainty about the lineup as the playoffs loom.
This was the first time I ever heard that they had a problem with me. I don't know how this is going to resolve or when it is going to be resolved. What if it doesn't resolve at all because you don't know what the other people are thinking?